And Thomas, we have ferocious storms in Scandinavia. What's in store for us?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's probably even an understatement. It really was an incredibly powerful storm in Norway. I'll show you that storm in just a second. What's in store for us? Well, it's going to be mild, quite windy and rather cloudy on over the next few days. A little bit of sunshine in the south of the country, but cloud, I think, will be the emphasis.
Hello again. Hope you've all had a lovely start to the new month. Well, if you're making plans over the next few days, the weather setup is looking pretty quiet across the capital. Although there will be a lot of cloud around at times, but it is expected to stay mostly dry for us. And it will be feeling rather mild for the time of year too.
We're going to take a look back at the storm that we had yesterday across the North Atlantic. Why? Because I think it's the most powerful Atlantic storm I've ever seen in my career. Let's take a look at this beast. It mowed right across the Faroe Islands and then into Norway and Sweden during the early hours of this morning. And the winds from this system were just off the scale, setting new national records, we think, for both Norway and Sweden. These are the average wind speeds. 122-mile-an-hour winds recorded from this system around the coast of Norway. There were some stronger gusts. A Landsverk site in the Faroe Islands clocked 155-mile-an-hour gust, 131 or 139-mile-an-hour gust in parts of Norway. For context, for those that remember the Great Storm, that produced gusts of wind here of 120 miles an hour. So just an unimaginably strong storm. Now, overnight tonight, something a little bit quieter.
Here on the first day of February, what have you got for us?
Mild weather, not February-like, really. Yeah, temperatures are way above average at the moment, although it did turn a little bit cooler today on the thermometer. There's a bit more sunshine to go around, so probably felt a bit warmer for some of you through the afternoon. And what a spectacular end to the day it was as well. We've had some amazing sunset pictures sent in.
Hello. Well, we're into February, just about, traditionally regarded as a very cold month, but of course, these days, it can be far from it. In fact, over the next few days, it's going to be exceedingly mild across most of the UK. And on top of that, very windy too.
Alex is at Middleton House Gardens in London, where the snowdrops have begun to bloom. And it's the first sign that spring is on the way, Alex.
That's right, Charlene. There are always certain markers that remind us that spring is not too far away, and snowdrops are certainly one of them. We're at Middleton House and Gardens in Enfield, where they have 70 different varieties of snowdrop, and snowdrops are in bloom up and down the country. And the ones here are pretty beautiful. In fact, the guy that used to own this house, Edward Augustus Bowles, was something of, well, actually, he was obsessed with snowdrops, and he actually coined the recognised phrase galanthophile, which is to describe a snowdrop enthusiast. And I'm sure there are some galantophiles watching the programme this evening. The reason the snowdrops are out so widely, and they've been out quite early, is because of the winter that we've had so far. Through December, it was relatively mild. And then, of course, we had those cold snaps through January, and it's actually the cold snaps which trigger these snowdrops to start flowering. And in fact, we can take a look back at some of our January stats as we start February. As you know, it has been a fairly topsy-turvy month, actually. So we've had average amounts of rainfall, considering we had 3 named storms. Average temperatures as well, despite that record-breaking 29th of January, we had 19.9 degrees Celsius. But one thing that we have had, and I'm sure helped the snowdrops, is above average amounts of sunshine. In fact, 61 hours, it makes it our 6th sunniest January on a record. And as we head into February, well, we are going to hold on to the relatively mild air that we've got with us at the moment. So temperature staying up, but maybe a cold snap is just around the corner as we head into next week. Well, as you head towards the end of this week, creeping into the weekend, as I say, it's going to be staying relatively mild for the time of year. Also quite overcast, so cloudy skies as we head through into this weekend.